There's something I want to know. How come
Hmm?
Sam Cedar's been ducking me? No, seriously, I have been trying. I don't know what his problem is. Is he afraid to debate me? Because I've been trying to get Sam Cedar to debate me for like 5 years now, and he just ignores me. He just pretends I don't exist. I don't know what the hell his problem
Wait,
is.
seriously?
Like, he's no, no, no. But I was goofing off. I'm just gonna clip that out of context
Yeah,
and be
but
like, "Hey,
I mean,
send that to him."
I was like, I mean,
No,
this is like
I was just
literally
goofing
Sam
off.
Cedar's shtick. I was just like, okay, it's
Yeah,
highly
I
possible.
was mocking him. Yeah, no, I'm just mocking him, just because of what happened with him and Crowder and
uh,
Klein and all that shit.
yeah, I don't know. Like, we talked about him like what, a few episodes ago. I can't even remember now. But
Yeah,
like,
something like that.
we were like, the thing I don't get is that, well, I watched a few more things of his, and it's like, okay, this is like the Young Turks but worse, in the sense that like I think like he's got over 1 million subscribers or something, but he only gets like 9 or 10,000 views per video, and it's like, now I don't know whether that's YouTube's fuckery, because we know that Susan WikiWiki isn't exactly, she doesn't exactly have like an ideology that she follows. She just likes money, I guess. But
Yeah.
like, how
Well,
do
but you'd
you
think
make
him
it?
being on the team,
Yeah,
he would get the benefit of the algorithm, not the hard
yeah,
end of it.
yeah. But I'm not sure whether, yeah, I'm not sure whether it's YouTube's fuckery or he just like alienates his audience so much. And
I think
like,
it's
oh god,
both. Maybe
yeah,
it's probably both. That or Sam Cedar. I don't know, man, because Sam Cedar is that big of a dickhead. Like a bunch of people sub to him and just don't like him anymore, but haven't unsubbed, so they don't watch his videos.
yeah, I'm not sure. Plus, like, I hate to rag on him for his looks, but god damn, he looks like the fucking, soy boy bug eater fucking extraordinaire. I
Oh my god, I gotta say,
He's got.
I love it.
Let me say this: he's got a face for radio.
I
Like,
I absolutely love that as Crowder's gotten older, he cusses more because
yeah, I think he's just
I
giving
mean
less of a
obviously
shit now.
obviously in the early days of Louder with Crowder, it was a syndicated radio show, so he really couldn't go off. But even as when he started Mug Club and he was completely off radio, he didn't cuss as much as he does now. And the way he reacted to Sam Cedar, it's just like, oh, because he knew he was coming. Oh, what a fucking nightmare. I was just like, God damn, I love it. Sam Cedar. Oh, and he even said it. He's like, I think he's going to bring somebody else on. Probably that Sam Cedar character.
Yeah, yeah,
Just,
he did, he did. I watched the thing of it. I was like,
it
man,
was,
that was beautiful,
it was.
beautiful
Well, and
in the worst kind of way.
Crowder had his, yeah, Crowder had his chest surgery, or I don't know if he's not having surgery on his heart. He's having surgery on his chest cavity because his chest cavity's caving in on his heart or some shit. I don't know, but
Really?
he's
Oh shit.
yeah yeah he's been talking about that the last few episodes. So and
No,
now
I haven't been following a lot of
he's got a
YouTube
bunch
shit
of
lately.
he's got a bunch of stuff coming out that he said is pre-recorded, like a bunch of Change My Mind segments and just to make up because he's not gonna be doing anything live for like a month.
Ah, well,
And I don't blame him, heart basically. Like again, I'm not gonna say heart surgery because I don't think the surgery's on his heart, but basically they have to open up
yeah,
his
but that's
chest.
pretty fucking close. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
As someone who's
but
actually seen
anyway,
his internal organs, I can say that's a pretty traumatic event.
yeah, I imagine it's pretty bad.
um, yeah, yeah. Well,
So
wish he gets a speedy recovery then. So,
we have to press
oh god.
F,
So
Larisha. We have to press F.
press F. No, 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 no,
Press
no, no.
F.
My brother. There is an update to the eternal truth.
What is that?
As as thanks to some unknown memer on the internet, McAfee did not Epstein himself.
No, he didn't.
Oh Lord. Uh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Look, I don't know much about programming or anything, and I don't know much about McAfee apart from obviously like the antivirus that fucking Adobe keeps pushing on you every time you install uh PDF reader on a new computer.
yeah, McAfee
And the fact,
antivirus.
yeah, and the fact that
No,
he's when was that? When did he release that skit of him basically parodying himself? 2011,
I can't remember.
2012? I can't
I
remember
haven't
anymore.
seen that. I
Yeah, it
haven't
was a
seen that
while back.
video in years and years.
Yeah,
I'll have to track it down
that
though.
plus the fact that didn't he run for like the nomination of the Libertarian Party in like 2016?
Yeah, he's run for president twice.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, in
those are basically
2016,
like
yeah,
the only reference points I have for John McAfee. But
he's
he
a
seemed
crazy
like
dude,
quite a
man.
character.
He
Yeah,
he jet set
yeah.
it around the world. He had tribal. He had tribal tattoos on his shoulders. Like he's a fucking programmer, a coder. But then he gets
Hmm.
these fucking like Jim Bro tribal tattoos on his shoulders and shit. And he would love he liked to live in third world shitholes like Belize and shit like that, and where his neighbors
Yep.
fucking set him up and the cops shoot his dog and try to confiscate all of his wealth. And he would fucking he the last few years of his life
Did
he'd
his
been
neighbor end up dead or something? Because oh man, like the one, yeah, he's definitely a character. Definitely a character.
yeah.
Um, yeah. What do you reckon about the whole situation though? Because that was
Well, I
like,
definitely think he got Epstein. I definitely think he was John McAfee didn't kill himself. I don't believe it. I
yeah,
did at
exactly.
first.
No.
At first I did,
I don't
and I'll
think
tell
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll, at the very beginning, and I'll say it's only because it's just like okay, so here's this fucking billionaire who I don't know if he was a full blown billionaire. He might have been at one point, but clearly an obscenely wealthy man, jet
Yeah.
setting around the world doing whatever the fuck he wanted for decades on end. Gets clipped for
Yep.
tax evasion. Is now facing 20 years. He's 75. He's not
Yep.
going to be able to do what he loves anymore. And I thought, well, man, fuck, if I was in his position, if I knew that like the American government's out to get me, not like, because like I said, at first I bought the story and I was just like, okay, yeah. I mean, if I was him, I suppose I could see a case I could make to myself to, like, I'm 75. I'm not going to spend the last 20 years of my life in prison. Fuck this.
Well, you're
Um,
not even gonna last 20 years in prison. Like maybe
yeah,
another
but
5,
but he no,
maybe.
he was still tweeting from inside the jail somehow in
No.
Spain where he
Yeah,
was
he's
being
not.
kept.
Yep. He's
And
like
he got
saying,
it.
he's saying, "Oh yeah, I'm well. Everyone here is lovely." It's like this guy is never gonna kill himself. Not in a
Yeah, he
hundred
fucking
fucking years.
he literally
But
got a tattoo inside prison. He got a prison tattoo that said "whacked" with a money symbol in
whacked.
front of it.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. And then he tweets out, "If
um.
somebody's if I end up dead, I didn't do it."
Yep. And it's like,
I'm,
huh.
and I didn't know any of that
Huh.
whenever the story came around. In fact, whenever I first heard the story that he was dead, I thought that the Spanish had just picked him up for us. Like they knew he was docked in Spain because he'd been living on a boat. I thought,
Mhm.
and the Spanish on our behalf scooped him up and were getting ready to but no, he'd been in prison in Spain for like a year or two or something.
Yeah. Um. I have guys who like I have mates who follow like all this shit religiously, so they inform me pretty much like within the hour of it happening. And apparently, like a few hours after he was announced dead, like the last thing that he posted, well, that someone who controls his account on Instagram posted just a giant Q.
Yeah, it's been speculated that he had some kind
It's
some of
like,
that I can't remember what it is, but the application where if you don't enter in some kind of code every few days or every few hours, your systems will automatically do certain things. And they think
you're
that
gonna
that's
be
what it will.
presumed thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah, just
Still,
a big.
it's weird that it's
Just a bit
Q,
cute.
right? Like,
Yeah, the ultimate. I mean, either there's something to it, or John McAfee's the ultimate troll. Like, wouldn't it be funny if I died and suddenly, like after I die, my Instagram just posts a Q.
yes, Q.
And it's just like, what does it mean? And it's like Q from Star Trek.
I've never even seen Star Trek, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, don't. I mean, I can't recommend it to anybody. It's. I like it. I grew up with it, but like, I don't know. I have a hard time recommending it to anybody. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, I can recommend Star Wars to people. Like, yeah, watch Star Wars, but I don't know. Star Trek is just, it's a bit much sometimes.
Really? I see. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, he
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just, and he had said years and years ago, John McAfee, he had said years ago that, you know, throughout his career, he had ended up getting a hold of and decrypting a lot of sensitive information, and he said he had dirt on fucking a lot of people, and he would brag about this. He would brag about it, brag about the stuff that he had, brag about the stuff that he'd seen. And I mean, he never showed off anything, so it all could have been fucking bullshit. But who knows?
Yeah, he's a bit of a braggart. He's like, I hate to say this, but he's a more fantastical Alex Jones, if that makes sense. Because at least, like, the thing with Alex Jones is now we're seeing, like, you know, shit he said actually coming true, and the guy always spoke in allegories, so it wasn't like, you know, shit to be taken literally. McAfee was sort of, I don't know whether it was, you know, partly self promotion or just him, you know, pulling shit out of his ass, but at the end of the day, whatever the case may have been, I can appreciate the dedication to it. Like, he did keep doing like his shtick for fucking since the 1980s.
Yeah,
That's yeah, fucking hell.
and
Like, that's longer than we've been alive, bro. Fuck me, dead.
and he like, I don't know. There's just it happened just like Epstein. He's fine. Everybody around him is saying he's fine. He is saying he's fine. And then in a prison with guards and shit, he hangs himself in a cell, just like Jeff, just like good old Jeff.
Yep. And it's like, the thing that's really annoying is that, like, this feels like a flex.
Yeah,
This feels like a flex by the establishment. Like, look what we can do. Look what we can do, and what you can't do anything about it. Like, even to like the most famous people.
exactly. And you want to know what's really fucked is that, like, maybe he didn't even have anything, but he just pissed off he was just like, these people are so scared of this guy, like, because they know he has been, like, his years in before he got rid of McAfee antivirus and stuff like that. Like, he ended up having access to a lot of stuff, and so he did see some shit, most certainly. But it's like, if he cataloged any of it, I'd say that the deep state was pretty worried about him just floating around out there. But but then, like, the other half of me is like, if he really had anything, why didn't he ever release anything? Like, why hide it? Like, if you're already on the run, and you're already bragging about why you're on the run, like, I haven't paid taxes in years. I owe like $20 million in taxes or some shit. I'm not going back to the United States, and I'm not going to pay my taxes. And I get it. I'm an objectivist. I don't fucking like taxes. I'm small government. Fuck, taxation is theft. But the rules are the rules. And you're literally saying, nah, come and get me, motherfucker.
Yep.
And they came and got him.
The thing is, like, that's the other thing that I'm sort of like weirded out about is that, you know, he kept saying that, oh, I have a hard drive in in my apartment in Florida somewhere, and then, like, you know, sure enough, 3 days later, that apartment building in Florida collapses.
Well, Snopes and all the usual fact checkers on the internet have all said that that's bullshit. that not only did John McAfee apparently never tweet that, apparently the tweet is fake, but he did not own property in the Champlain Tower South. He did not own any of those condos. However, there's this thing that billionaires like to do to shift money around and clean up dirty money. It's called shell companies. It's a company owned by a company owned by a company owned by a company. It's a fucking Russian nesting doll. It's a Russian nesting doll of red tape and paperwork. So he very well could have owned something in that building, and you'd have to dig for a year to find it, to trace it back to him. I'm speculating here.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm saying it's not outside the realm of possibility that he did, quote unquote, own a condo in that building. And it's not even just like he says my condo. It's just like, yeah, it's probably a condo he literally never lived in. He was just like, I'm gonna buy this condo and I'm gonna stash shit here. But again, these fact checkers are the one that said this is all bullshit. They're the ones who are all saying that tweet is a fake tweet. It's a Photoshop tweet. That tweet was never out there. Even though John McAfee had a habit of tweeting shit and then deleting the tweet like a few days later. He would do this a lot to a lot of his tweets. But yeah, it's just too funky. He apparently has said this in the past. I didn't see that tweet at the time. I've only seen it recently. So I don't know. You don't know. That's the problem. We don't know. This could all be bullshit. John McAfee could be sitting on his boat right now watching this shit show, just laughing his ass off at us.
Yeah, that's actually, if you ask like I don't think he's a mutual friend, but like someone, who's also in the server. In the first few hours of it, I was in the VC with that guy, and I'm like, what if it's all just one massive troll? McAfee is actually just sitting somewhere and just smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah, like he's got him. His fucking boat is docked in Dubai right now, and he's at a party with some goddamn Saudi prince, and they're just fucking
surrounded by supermodels and shit, and they're just like snorting lines upon lines.
Yeah, they're just Andy Worski's there because wherever the cocaine is, he is too. They're all just getting railed.